In this section, we are going to talk about the types of IP addresses. We can mention three types of IP addresses. We have the unicast address, multicast, and anycast. Unicast, multicast, and anycast. Under the unicast address, we can talk about the global unicast address, which represents the public IP addresses in IPv4. These addresses are routable on the internet, and the first 3 bits are 0, 0, and 1. 0, 0, and 1, first 3 bits. So converting 0, 0, and 1 into hex, then obviously a global address should start with 2. So typically if you have 0, 0, 1, the other options are 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1. So the options are 2 to 3. So any address that starts with 2, you can say it's a global unicast address and it's routable on the internet. The other one is unique local address, and that's also equivalent to the private IP addresses in IPv4. And it also starts with FC and FD. So any address that starts with FC and FD is a unique local address. These addresses are not routable on the internet. The other one is link local address, and it also starts with FE80. This address is automatically generated on any interface which is enabled for IPv6. It's automatically generated and it is not routable. It is locally significant. What I mean is, if you have a router this way connected to a network and another interface connected to a network, this interface here will generate a link local address, FE, and the rest to follow. A PC, which is also enabled for IPv6, will also generate a link local address, FE80, and follows. And another. These addresses are used to communicate within the same network. So the link local address of this interface can be used to, of this PC can be used to communicate with this PC, and also the interface here within the same network. So that's what I mean by locally significant. But if there is another PC on a different network, also with a link local address, these two PCs cannot communicate using their link local addresses. Then we can talk about the multicast addresses. In IPv6, there is no broadcast. So multicast has replaced broadcast. We have several types of multicast addresses. A multicast address always starts with double F, FF. So whenever you see any address that starts with FF, then that address is a multicast address. We have several of them. You can talk about FF02 :1. This multicast address will be joined by any node which is enabled for IPv6 communication. Any node which is enabled for IPv6 will automatically join this multicast address. We also have FF02 :2. Any router in a network will also join this multicast group. So this address is for all routers. We also have another type of multicast address which is called the solicited node multicast address. Solicited node multicast address. And it also goes like this: F02 :1, which stands for all nodes. Okay. All nodes. Then a colon will come, F followed by 24 bits. This 24 bits will be the last 24 bits of the IPv6 on that interface. Every interface will also automatically generate a solicited node multicast address. And this address, we'll talk about it later on, but it's used for neighbor discovery. Whenever a PC comes on board on an IPv6 network, it will try to discover its neighbors, thereby creating its own IPv6 address. That procedure is called the neighbor discovery process. So we'll talk about it in a different video. We also have the Anycast address. Anycast is not a specific type of address. Anycast is a technology. Any of these addresses you are seeing here, global unicast, can be Anycast addresses, as long as those addresses are given to multiple devices. Typically, you can't assign an IP address, one IP address, to multiple devices. But this technology, this Anycast technology, makes the provision for one single address to be given to multiple devices. So for instance, Google is a multinational company. So Google has their servers scattered all over the globe. So this server here, for instance, is for America, and this server here is for Africa, one for Asia. If you are in Ghana and you want to access Google server, you access the closest server, and these addresses can be given the same IP address. For instance, if 1.1.1.1 is chosen, it can be chosen for all of them. That technology is called Anycast. So the server which is closest to you, that is what you will access. Yes. So Anycast is a technology, and any of these addresses can be used. There's no specific group of addresses that are reserved for Anycast addresses. That brings us to the end of the types of IP addresses. Thank you for joining us.